Hey guys, welcome back to another Gaming Memories video. Here we are taking a look at Kamara's Street Soccer that was released for the PlayStation back in the year 2000. And this game was developed and published by Midas Interactive, and it was a budget style title that was released for the PlayStation at that time. And unlike other football games on the system, this game focuses more on five-a-side street style soccer. So you know yourself from when you were growing up as a kid playing soccer on the streets. That's how primarily most of us would have played or got used to the game. So the idea behind this is that it tries to replicate that idea. So within the game you have access to a total of 25 teams, 20 of which are available from the start and the rest of them are unlocked throughout the course of play. And there are a number of different modes available for anything from exhibition to arcade mode, time attack, league, cup, and even a penalty shootout. So there is different tournament modes that are available, and the game does allow you to play with multiple players also if you do have access to the multi-tap accessory, which is another cool feature. And the pitches and the layouts that you can play on in the game all range around different countries, from the likes of London, Paris, Norway, Czech Republic, and among other locations, which is pretty cool. One of the other different concepts with this game is that even though it is five-a-side soccer, it's not just men playing football, you also have female players or girls playing. So some of the teams that you can play against an all girl team, or you can have a mix of both female and male players all on the same team. So it's an interesting concept, and this game would have been released a number of years before the likes of the popular FIFA Street that would have been released in the early to mid 2000s on the PlayStation 2, as those were some quite iconic and fun football titles. Although this wouldn't be as good as the FIFA Street games, there is a lot of similarities in terms of the ideas behind it, so you can definitely see the influence that the FIFA Street series would have gotten at the time. So with the different modes that are available in the game, what is it like to play overall? From having spent time playing it, graphically it wouldn't be the best looking football game on the system, but it does have a unique concept. The layouts and the environments look pretty decent. The models and the characters probably don't look as good, but it is what it is for the most part. But what does it feel like to play? It plays fairly decent. It does take a little bit of getting used to, I will admit, in terms of the controls. The one thing that I did find difficult and was quite frustrating is the fact that no matter where you shoot from and no matter what you do, it is very, very difficult to score goals. The keeper pretty much saves at every opportunity that you can think of. Even when you're left nearly with an open goal, the goalkeeper will spring back into life and literally just take the ball from you. So you really have your work cut out for you trying to score a goal. More often than not, generally it'll be due to a mistake on somebody's part or the computer AI's part, which doesn't really happen that often. Even though you can play the game, you can win the ball fairly handy and you can maintain possession for quite a bit. But again, it's just when you get down the far end of the pitch, trying to score a goal is the main problem. And another main issue with the game is the overall sense of speed with the game. Even though it plays fluently enough, the gameplay just feels quite sluggish. It just feels quite slow with the players moving around. It just feels like everything's going at a snail's pace. A lot of times the way the ball moves and everything that goes on behind the scenes feels like the game is moving faster than it really is. But all in all, having spent time playing it, it generally isn't a bad game. It's not the worst soccer game I've ever played. There is some nice and neat little touches in it, especially with some of the special moves and little tricks that you can do when you're playing. You can do wee flicks and little step overs that can give you an advantage, so you can get around and dribble the ball around players easy enough. And I do remember this concept when playing the FIFA Street games, so when I look back in this, there is a lot of similarities in that. Even though this generally wouldn't be as good, you can definitely see that there's a lot of similar features in the game. But in general, it's not too bad of a title to play. Like if you're into soccer games and you want to play something a little bit different, this will do for a quick playthrough. If you're looking for something that's just a different take from your mainstream soccer games, if you want to move away from the likes of the FIFA or ISS Pro games, there's no harm in having a look at this just to experience it and have a quick game or two with it. You might actually get more fun out of it if you're playing it with the multi-tap with your mates. You might have quite a bit of fun with it in that regard. So in that alone, it is worth a look. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this game if you have played it yourself, and if so, what do you think of it? Did you enjoy it or maybe not so much? I'd love to hear the stories that you have about this game, if any at all, so be sure to share them down in the comments below. So if you have enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of these type of videos where I do explore other soccer games that were released on the PS1, where I do share my thoughts and experiences with everyone, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated when future videos are released. And do feel free to check around the other videos I have on the channel, as I do cover a lot of other types of sports games that were also released on the system, as the PlayStation 1 had a ton of them that were available back in the day. So be sure to check those videos out, and until next time, make sure to keep playing those classic games and enjoying them, and keep those gaming memories alive.